Hello all you arty types. I'd like to show you some of the things I've made over this past year. Some of the things I've made on my own and some of the things I've made at my group of sewing friends at Cria Patch. That's in our little town where a group of us go to sew and do some art textile things. So once a year there's an exhibition with the things that we've made in our neighbourhood, and there's patchwork, embroidery, painting, pottery, sculpture, silk painting. So this is in Brittany, France, where I've been for over 20 years now, and I've been part of this patchwork group for about 15 years on and off, depending on when I could go or not. So this is the first thing that I have to show you. An embroidered bag. Heavily inspired by Cecile Franconi. She has a YouTube channel. She has books, a French embroiderer that does absolutely gorgeous things, and she's a really nice lady as well. I'm just going to change out these ribbons though, because this ribbon that I had on was not flexible and not very appropriate, so I'm just putting something more supple on, and something that you're gonna notice less sitting around the top of the bag. So when you close this bag, it goes into a nice sort of star shape. This is a project that we did. Lots of us had a try at this. We had a bash, and it was really interesting to see all the different types of embroidery and the styles that people had. Everyone's is different. This is the second project, also heavily inspired by Cecile Franconi, because she did a challenge this year. So we made lots and lots of these yo-yos, or some people call them Suffolk Puffs, I do believe. We started out with one square. She showed you how she was going to lay it out. You embroidered things. So this is hers, and it was absolutely gorgeous. But obviously I wanted to change it up a bit and make it my own. So this is my interpretation of what she did. And I had loads of fun doing it, really enjoyed it, and it's hanging on my bedroom wall. Now we're on to Patchwork Jacket. This is a patchwork jacket made out of scrap bits of wax that I had. This summer my husband, who's from Ivory Coast, had the opportunity to take our kids over to Ivory Coast in Africa, and I just stayed on my own in the house because I couldn't go. And I don't have a craft room or a sewing room, so as soon as they left, my sewing machine was on the table. I was hunched over it for a long time. As soon as I got in from work, I was sewing, and I just had a ball, and I've just made loads and loads of things. So this is one of the things that I'd never ever tried before, and I really do like making things with scraps. This was a blue bit of material that my son chose for a kimono. I made him this maybe a couple of years ago. So all these little scrap bits that have got nice memories attached, and then just sewing them together. I must admit I haven't wore this coat very much because it's so high volume, would you say? Like there's so many colours in it. I do really like it, but I really enjoyed making it anyway. And I was so desperate to keep on going that I was up all night and I sewed 2 panels the wrong way around, and I couldn't work out why one side was lopsided. So I said stop, and I went to bed, and when I got up the next morning, I knew what was wrong. So these are the 2 books that I use for any dressmaking at the moment. They're both for larger, curvier sizes, like myself. And so I just thought this might be better for my overall morphology. So, dressing idéal à coudre pour les ronds. I don't know if it exists in English, but it's for rounder sizes. And then du grand 44 au petit 56. La couture selon Edith. And I think this is the one that I did both my patchwork jackets from. This might have been the wax one, but I can't really remember. But I do remember that my second jacket was definitely from this book, because mine doesn't have any closing mechanism, the second jacket, but she had put on these clasps, but I wouldn't even know where to buy these clasps from, so just for the exhibition I've put on this brooch thing so it'll stay shut. This is just cut directly off the old jeans. The zip was already in that part of the jeans, and I just positioned it where I wanted it on the jacket. This was given, this kind of green velvet part. If I was to make it again, and I think I will make more of these, I would definitely change some of the things that I did. So, for example, this is an old scarf, and I would have not put this material in had I known. It's kind of a bit frayy and not very stable and doesn't look very nice in the end. This was a piece of material I had made a bag with, which is for like furniture type material. And then these tulips on the back of the coat I bought as a panel. The lady that worked in the material shop had a bag. She was behind the till, and I thought her bag was really lush. And I asked her about it, and she showed me where the panels were, and I bought the panel. But my bag didn't turn out really lush like her bag, and I just couldn't be doing with it. So got cut up and put on the back of this. This is under construction. And I really like the result. Some people aren't so keen on the flower at the back, said it didn't go. I don't really mind it. I wanted to use what I had. This is under construction as well. And I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. So this is me wearing my nice coat. I did make the arms too short because I'm sick of buying things like from proper shops and the sleeves are really long, so I made a conscious effort to shorten the sleeves, and so actually they're a bit too short. And we're coming to the end now of what I took. This is a quilt that I made for one of my sons. It's the only kit that I've ever bought, and I didn't follow it completely because I had enough material to add a few squares on and make it a bit bigger, so that's what I did. But I saw the colours and I thought of him, and I enjoyed making this too. And then this one for one of my granddaughters. This is not finished at all, but they told me to bring it in anyway. Needs a border, but maybe next year I could have it finished off and put it in again, and it might look a bit different with a nice border. So this is the entrance to the exhibition room, and this is the room that we have for all of our things. We just have the little back corner of it. So we stuffed the bags, hung things up. They were very organised. They've done all this before, so luckily they took everything on board. And then this is the exhibition day. So there's just something really nice about going to see what other people are doing and getting inspired by other mediums as well, not just sewing, but taking inspiration from composition and colour and themes that other people are working with. And you just see how much talent you have in a local community. Something so nice about sharing your passion for arty things. So I tried to go when it was just opening and there wasn't too many people, but basically when we went around and then it got full fairly quickly. So I tried to just take a little bit of video and some photos while there wasn't too many people about, not get them in. Not everyone wants to be on camera, do they? Look at this, it's gorgeous. The colours were really lovely on this. And then some still photos, because there was quite a bit of pottery and painting, and there was a corner for children's work. Always really like seeing what the kids have been doing. Square teapots and a round one. This is the children's corner. Coin des enfants. Really liked it there. A cheeky monkey. Smiling ladies. And then right at the back is our little corner. Couple of my things, the yo-yos. Nice trees at the bottom. Colourful bags. And then some embroidery that I really like. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I would love to see how other people display their community projects. It's always interesting to be around the people who come and look at things, and it starts discussions, and people come from other neighbourhoods. So I hope you got some inspiration. Please do like it if you liked it, and subscribe if you wanna.